I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here.
20 months and 18 videos later, his YouTube channel would break the 1 million subscriber mark. To this day, the channel continues to grow by an average of 20,000 subscribers a month. In these 2 years, Jani would figure out how YouTube works. But he didn't become lucky, there has to be more to it. I stuck with these questions. Why is James growing his audience by not uploading new content? And how is this approach to YouTube still outperforming most other channels? Let's investigate how Jani is beating the YouTube algorithm. I will surprise you with his genius strategy, making him 1 million views per month without uploading. Algorithm Hackers is the series in which we analyze huge creators and pinpoint the factors for their success. If you want to grow your YouTube channel, this could be the most important video that you watch this year. Stay for a masterclass on Jani. What secret has James discovered about the YouTube algorithm that gets him hundreds of thousands of views, starting from his first upload? And how are we able to leverage James's knowledge about breaking the algorithm? After studying his content, I can pinpoint his secret to insane YouTube growth to 4 success factors. To illustrate my thoughts, we will break down his most successful video yet, titled The Untold Truth About Money, sitting at 13 million views. So let's get straight to number 1. The video we will break down is about personal finance, a topic that most people rather keep their hands off. Why? Because of all the complicated words, techniques and overwhelming possibilities. You might come to the conclusion money and wealth are not for the average people. But James makes finance accessible to everyone. He knows how complex finance can be. With that in mind, he begins simplifying money by giving the viewer enough context to get his point. How is this accomplished? Well, have a look for yourself.
Let this circle represent $1 million. This is what $10 million would look like. This is what $100 million would look like. And this is what $1 billion would look like. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth of 117 times this number.
No matter your age. With this clever visualization, James gives you enough context to prove his point. James follows this framework. Context visualizes complexity. James will keep explaining in a very understandable way that everyone can follow. This opens a complicated topic, how money works, to a wide audience. Once James has your attention, he begins his master plan. After having you hooked to the video, James won't continue to tell how money works. He tells you, the viewer, more about yourself first. Have a look.
And then there's you. You're probably working a job right now, one that you got from the degree that you studied for in university. You probably don't have much in savings. Your living expenses seem ridiculously high. You feel as though you're not paid enough. You have credit card debt that needs taken care of. Maybe you're a student, studying for a degree that you hope can land you a job that you hope can bring in some good money. You probably don't have any savings, only a pesky student debt hanging above your head. Wealth? Getting rich? That all seems like a distant dream. How did they do it, you ask yourself? Seeing all those millionaires, billionaires, especially the ones who got there at such a young age, it baffles you, it makes you angry. They got lucky. They were born into wealth. They cheated their way to the top. That money doesn't make them happy. Money is evil anyway. I'm not smart enough. I'm just unlucky. Those dreams you had of buying that mansion, your favorite sports car, paying off your mortgage, traveling around the world, they'll forever remain that way. Just dreams. Nothing more. Nothing less. You come to the harsh realization, it's a rigged game. It's been a rigged game from the start.
James exactly knows his audience, their desires, their goals, their life circumstances. Check out my free audience avatar Notion template in the description to read your audience as well as James does. Because when James has spoken about your emotions, that's where he actually starts the video. He gives you the feeling that you are not alone, that others are like this. You, as the viewer, feel understood. It feels like James can read your mind. And that builds trust. Trust that James knows the answer to all your problems. He makes you trust him like this. Watch closely.
But what if I told you you were wrong? What if there was a way of getting there? An actual equation to wealth, a science behind the way money works. What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams of paying off your parents' mortgage or traveling around the world? Would you call me a liar for saying so? I promise that I'm not, and by the end of this video you'll understand. There's a side to the coin that you're not being shown. But I warn you, the road is tough. It's filled with struggle. It's filled with ups and downs. It will mean swallowing some difficult truths that the school system and society haven't told you yet. And let me be clear, there are many of you who will not make it to the end of this road. But for those of you that do, at the end of this road lies wealth beyond what you thought you could attain. At the end of that road lies the freedom of never having to worry about money again. So, are you with me?
And when James invites you to join him on the way to freedom and enlightenment, he's got you hooked. Investigating you in the topic, James continues with the next step of his master plan, telling the best story possible. James is one of the best storytellers on YouTube. Well, this is a pretty unfair advantage for creating videos. He can suck you into a story, keeping you hooked and boosting his retention. An audience retention rate of 65% means that on average viewers watch 65% of your video. The higher the retention, the better your video. It's as simple as that. The good thing about this, storytelling is a skill that you can learn. How? You might ask yourself? With practice. Keep creating. Once you have a look at James' video, you're able to enjoy storytelling in perfection.
Pay very close attention now. Stop chasing money. In a capitalist society, the rules of the game are as follows. You are paid in proportion to the perceived value that you have. And the people that perceive your value, they are the market, the consumers of the economy. The market is you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your country. People complain that football players are overpaid, but for players to be paid millions, there has to be a market for the football industry in the first place. People have to see the value in football in the first place for them to want to spend money on matches and merchandise. And if the market has a high demand for football, guess what happens to the players who are at the top of their game? They are paid generously for it. It's not about how hard you work. The cleaner that's sweating and tiring himself out every day is paid far less than the accountant sitting behind a desk. Why? Because the market perceives the value of what the cleaner does to be far less than the accountant. As harsh as it may sound, the cleaner can be replaced by anybody.
Notice how James structures his video in different chapters, like building blocks. One pushes the story forward at a time. James uses a simple 3-question framework. First, he proves that your money beliefs are wrong. Then shows you why and finishes off the video with advice, a way you can follow to succeed in a money game. We are about to discover the most important tool James uses to make these high value videos. This might be the most important question a creator can ask. How will I present my creation? Of course, James could stand in front of a camera talking 18 minutes to the viewer, but that's boring as hell. No one would want to watch that. The good thing is, every competitor of James does it exactly that way, delivering content through talking head videos. But James decides to make an entire movie. Instead of giving you raw information, he combines storytelling with mind-blowing visuals to create an experience. An experience makes you feel emotion. Emotions resonate with you, and what resonates sticks in your mind. That's the secret hidden strategy laid out in front of you. Simplify a complex topic to make it understandable for everyone. Answer this question. With what intention does a viewer watch my video? And keep in mind, combine storytelling with a great experience to produce unmatched value. This is Jani's genius strategy to beat the YouTube algorithm every time. Speaking of the algorithm, it thinks you could be interested in this video right here. Let's see if they're right.